Elon Musk is not a scientist. He is not an engineer. He is a billionaire con man with a lot of money. He does not have this kind of good background.
The world watched in disbelief as a single man, unelected and unaccountable, brought the United States government to the brink of shutdown with nothing more than a series of tweets. It was December 18, 2024, and the American political landscape was about to witness something unprecedented: the emergence of what many would call President Musk. In the early hours of that Wednesday morning, while most of Washington slept, Elon Musk began what would become a legendary posting spree on X, his social media platform. Over the course of just a few hours, the world's richest man would fire off more than 100 posts attacking a bipartisan spending bill that congressional leaders had carefully negotiated over weeks. By evening, the bill was dead, the government teetered on the edge of chaos, and Democrats had begun calling Musk the shadow president of the United States. But this moment wasn't born overnight. It was the culmination of a remarkable transformation, one that began with a failed political bromance, a $250 million bet, and an insatiable hunger for power that would reshape American politics. Just 6 months earlier, in July 2024, Elon Musk had been politically neutral. He'd voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, Joe Biden in 2020, and publicly stated he wouldn't donate to either candidate in 2024. Then came the Butler, Pennsylvania rally and the shot that changed everything. When an assassin's bullet grazed Donald Trump's ear, leaving him bloodied but defiant, Musk saw something. Within minutes of the attempt, he posted his full endorsement. "I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery." The transformation was instant. The man who'd called Trump too old and a bullshit artist just 2 years earlier had found his political calling. But Musk didn't just endorse Trump, he bankrolled him. The donations started modestly. $5 million to America PAC in early July. But as the campaign intensified, so did Musk's financial commitment. By November, he had poured at least $277 million into Trump's campaign and Republican causes, making him the largest political donor in American history, surpassing even the legendary Republican megadonor Tim Mellon. The money flowed through multiple channels. His America PACs received $238 million alone. He funded door-knocking operations across swing states, ran controversial $1 million per day sweepstakes for petition signers, and even created the deceptively named RBGPAC, using the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's namesake to misleadingly claim Trump shared her views on abortion. Ginsburg's own granddaughter called it an affront to her grandmother's legacy, but money was only part of Musk's strategy. He transformed X, his 229 million follower platform, into a MAGA megaphone. He appeared at Trump rallies, jumped on stage in Pennsylvania wearing a MAGA hat, and declared Trump the only candidate to preserve democracy in America. On election night, Trump shouted from his victory stage, "A star is born, Elon." After the election, something extraordinary happened. Elon Musk essentially moved into Mar-a-Lago, Trump's Florida estate. He wasn't just a visitor. He became what he called Trump's first buddy, an omnipresent figure at the incoming president's side. Musk joined Trump's calls with world leaders. He weighed in on cabinet selections. He attended family dinners, including Thanksgiving with his mother, May. Trump's granddaughter posted a family photo to X captioned, "The whole squad." There was Musk, positioned as if he were family. Trump himself began telling people half-jokingly, "I can't get him out of here." The partnership seemed natural. Trump awarded Musk the leadership of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, a newly created advisory body tasked with slashing federal spending by $2 trillion and cutting 75% of the federal workforce. Musk brought along Vivek Ramaswamy, a former GOP presidential candidate, as co-chair. But even as their partnership blossomed publicly, whispers began. Some Trump allies, like Steve Bannon, warned that Musk couldn't be trusted. Republican lawmakers grew nervous about the billionaire's growing influence, and Trump, a man who'd never shared the spotlight comfortably, began to bristle. The breaking point came in mid-December. House Speaker Mike Johnson, working with both parties, had negotiated a 1,500-page continuing resolution to fund the government through March 2025. It was classic Washington horse trading, disaster relief for hurricane victims, aid for farmers, money to rebuild Baltimore's collapsed Key Bridge, and various bipartisan policy agreements. For weeks, Trump and his transition team had no apparent problem with the bill. Then, on December 18th, Musk exploded. Starting in the pre-dawn hours, he unleashed a torrent of posts attacking the spending package. "Kill the bill," he demanded. "No bills should be passed by Congress until January 20th, when Donald Trump takes office. None. Zero." He shared a meme of himself hacking at the bill with a sword. He personally thanked every Republican who announced they'd vote against it. He threatened to fund primary challenges against any lawmaker who supported it. Many of his attacks were based on outright falsehoods. The official Doge account, now functioning as Musk's political operation, falsely claimed the bill included a $69,000 congressional pay raise. The actual figure was $6,600. Musk amplified false claims about mask and vaccine mandates. He spread misinformation about billions supposedly being earmarked for an NFL stadium. But the lies worked. Conservative Republicans, already skeptical of the bill, fell in line behind Musk. Fox News hosts cheered him on. Senator Rand Paul suggested making Musk Speaker of the House. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene announced she'd be open to supporting him for the role. Trump, who'd been notably silent, was finally forced to take a position, after Musk had already set the narrative. In a joint statement with Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, Trump came out against the bill. The carefully negotiated deal collapsed. By Thursday night, Johnson's revised plan, which now included a 2-year debt ceiling suspension that Trump suddenly demanded, failed on the House floor with 38 Republicans voting against it. Democrats pounced on the moment. "It appears that Elon Musk is trying to take the role as an unelected president," declared Representative Barbara Lee. Shadow President Elon Musk spent all day railing against Republicans' CR, succeeded in killing the bill, and then Trump decided to follow his orders, wrote Representative Pramila Jayapal. Senator Bernie Sanders put it bluntly. Democrats and Republicans spent months negotiating a bipartisan agreement to fund our government. The richest man on earth, President Elon Musk, doesn't like it. The President Musk moniker went viral. It was a brilliant political attack, designed to exploit Trump's most glaring weakness, his ego. Trump had never been comfortable sharing credit, let alone the spotlight. The idea that Musk was calling the shots, and that everyone knew it, gnawed at him. Images circulated online from the Army-Navy football game earlier that week. A photo Musk himself had posted showed the stadium's jumbotron displaying 4 faces: Trump, Vance, and Musk, all looking forward at the camera. In the background, looking down, was House Speaker Mike Johnson. The symbolism was unmistakable. Musk stood on equal footing with the president-elect and vice president-elect, more prominent than the third in line to the presidency. Behind the scenes, the relationship was fraying. At a White House dinner for Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Trump's aides deliberately seated Musk far from where the president was sitting, according to reports. Though both attended, they had no formal sit-down meeting. At Trump's Saudi Investment Forum, the president made pointed jokes. "You are so lucky I am with you, Elon. Has he ever thanked me properly?" Musk, desperate to repair the damage, posted obsequiously, "I would like to thank President Trump for all he has done for America and the world." The post garnered 20 million views, but it couldn't hide the growing tension. Why had Musk acted so rashly? Why torpedo a bipartisan deal that would have kept the government running? Analysis of the original bill revealed a clue buried in its provisions: an outbound investment restriction aimed at limiting American companies from building sensitive technology facilities in China. Elon Musk, it turned out, had extensive business interests in China. His Tesla Gigafactory in Shanghai, opened in 2019, generates roughly a quarter of Tesla's revenue. He'd been negotiating to build a second factory there. He was working with the Chinese government to bring Tesla's full self-driving technology, potentially sensitive intellectual property, to China. His battery and solar panel operations, not yet in China, represented future investment opportunities. The provision in the spending bill would have made such expansions harder, if not impossible. Some analysts argued Musk had blown up the bill not for ideological reasons, not for fiscal responsibility, but for personal financial gain. It was oligarchy in action, a billionaire leveraging his political influence to protect his business empire. By June 2025, the partnership had completely unraveled. Musk left his government position, citing the need to focus on Tesla as the company faced mounting challenges. Trump held a farewell event, calling Doge Musk's baby and suggesting he'd return occasionally. But the peace didn't last. When Trump introduced his One Big Beautiful Bill, his signature legislative package extending his tax cuts and funding other priorities, Musk attacked it viciously. He called it a disgusting abomination that would explode the federal deficit. He posted, "Shame on those who voted for it, you know you did wrong." The criticism escalated into open warfare. In since-deleted posts, Musk made an explosive accusation. He suggested the reason Trump hadn't released the Jeffrey Epstein files was because Trump himself appeared in them. He called for Trump's impeachment. He claimed Trump wouldn't have won without his help and blasted the president's ingratitude. Trump responded with fury. In an NBC News interview, he stated he had no interest in reconciling with Musk and warned of very serious consequences if Musk funded Democrats. He threatened to pull billions in government contracts from Musk's companies. He reminded everyone that he'd saved Musk's life during his first administration, a reference to federal support for SpaceX and Tesla. Vice President J.D. Vance, who'd been working behind the scenes to repair the relationship, said publicly that Musk had made a huge mistake and that he wished Musk would return into the fold. Musk deleted the most inflammatory tweets: the Epstein accusation, the impeachment call, the claim about winning the election. But the damage was done. The rapid deterioration of the Trump-Musk relationship has spawned countless theories and speculation. Was Musk ever truly loyal to Trump, or was he simply using the presidency as a vehicle for his own ambitions? Did Trump bring Musk close specifically to control him, only to find the billionaire uncontrollable? Was Musk's behavior a calculated strategy to gain power, or was it the impulsive actions of someone whose entire identity is built on breaking rules and disrupting systems? Some observers note that Musk has always operated outside traditional power structures. At Tesla, he's defied regulators and critics. At SpaceX, he's challenged NASA's dominance. On Twitter, now X, he's dismantled content moderation and transformed the platform into a megaphone for his personal views. Why would his approach to government be any different? Others point to psychological factors. Musk has openly discussed his Asperger's syndrome and his difficulty reading social cues. His impulsive posting, his inability to tolerate criticism, his need for constant validation, all could explain his political trajectory. When Democrats started calling him President Musk, was it possible he actually believed it? The China connection remains deeply troubling. Unlike other tech billionaires who've largely pulled back from China, Musk has doubled down. His business model for Tesla depends on Chinese manufacturing and the Chinese market. His relationship with the Chinese government is reportedly strong, something that raises national security concerns when he's involved in sensitive government deliberations. Then there's the precedent Musk has set: Never before has an unelected billionaire wielded such direct political power. Yes, wealthy donors have always influenced American politics, but typically through backroom deals, lobbyists, and carefully orchestrated campaigns. Musk did it in public, in real time, through social media posts. He proved that with enough money and a large enough platform, you could bypass every traditional power broker and speak directly to the Republican base. The Musk saga has exposed deep fissures within the Republican Party. On one hand, you have traditional conservatives who believe in limited government, fiscal responsibility, and institutional norms. On the other, you have the MAGA movement, which sees Musk as a disruptor fighting the swamp. When Musk killed the December spending bill, some Republicans cheered. They saw a billionaire outsider taking on the Washington establishment. They loved that he used social media to rally opposition. They embraced his promise to slash government spending and fire federal workers. But others were horrified. Veteran Republicans saw Musk as an unaccountable force introducing chaos into governance. They worried about the precedent of allowing a single donor, especially one with massive conflicts of interest, to dictate legislative outcomes. They noted that Musk's information was often wrong, his promises unrealistic, and his attention span limited. Steve Bannon, Trump's former chief strategist, warned publicly that Musk could be flipped by Democrats. He called for Trump to cancel Musk's federal contracts and investigate his immigration status. Musk was born in South Africa. Other MAGA figures dismissed these concerns, arguing that anyone attacking Musk was a rhino, Republican in name only. A YouGov poll found that most Republicans supported Trump in the eventual Trump-Musk feud, while most Democrats remained neutral, enjoying the spectacle of the two men destroying each other. Musk's political journey has also divided Silicon Valley. For years, the tech industry leaned Democratic. But in 2024, several major figures followed Musk's lead in supporting Trump, including venture capitalists and tech entrepreneurs who felt alienated by Biden's regulatory agenda. Now those same figures watch nervously as Musk's government experiment implodes. David Sachs, Sriram Krishnan, and Michael Grimes, all Musk allies who followed him into government roles, wonder if they'll survive the fallout. Tech investors who backed Musk's political turn now face questions about whether they backed the right horse. Meanwhile, Musk's core companies suffer. Tesla's stock has dropped significantly, hurt by consumer backlash against Musk's political activities and his divided attention. SpaceX, while still successful, faces questions about whether Musk's political controversies will affect its government contracts. X has lost advertising revenue as brands flee the platform's increasingly toxic environment. As of now, the Trump-Musk relationship appears beyond repair, though in politics, nothing is permanent. Trump has shown a pattern of discarding allies who become inconvenient, and Musk has shown a pattern of burning bridges with former partners. The question is what each man does next. For Trump, the lesson seems clear. Never let an ally become too powerful. The President Musk narrative wounded Trump's ego and exposed his weakness. He'll likely return to his first-term playbook of cycling through advisors, ensuring no one accumulates too much influence. For Musk, the path is less certain. He's tasted political power and clearly enjoyed it. His companies need government contracts and favorable regulation. His business interests in China require careful political navigation. And his ego, massive even by billionaire standards, won't easily accept defeat. Will Musk double down on politics, perhaps funding Republican primary challenges against Trump loyalists? Will he pivot to Democrats, as Bannon warned? Will he create his own political party or movement? Or will he retreat to his companies, licking his wounds and planning his next disruption? One thing seems certain. We haven't seen the last of President Musk. Whether through political donations, social media campaigns, or business maneuvers, the world's richest man has demonstrated his willingness and ability to shake American democracy to its core. The President Musk episode revealed something unsettling about American politics in the 2020s, that wealth, combined with a media platform and a willingness to break norms, can grant near-presidential power without the accountability of elected office. It's a precedent that won't easily be undone. As Washington tries to recover from this whirlwind, one question haunts the political establishment. If Elon Musk could do this much damage as an ally, what could he do as an enemy? The answer, terrifyingly, is that we may soon find out.